Proper story is supposed to start at the beginning. Ain't so simple with this one. Now here's a kid whose whole world got all twisted, leaving him stranded on a rock in the sky. He gets up, sets off for the Bastion, where everyone agreed to go in case of trouble.
Okay. I wonder what would happen if I stayed asleep.
Ground forms up under his feet as it pointing the way. He don't stop to wonder why.
I mean, I'm wondering why.
Finds his lifelong friend just lying in the road. Well, it's a touching reunion. He sees what's left of the rippling walls. Years of work undone in an instant. In the calamity. That a survivor? No, ma'am. It's a gas fella, forced out from underground. Kid pops him good. Fella got a piece of him, though.
I mean, he didn't, but yeah. God damn. That's a little bit better.
An old repeater falls out of the sky. Ain't a gift from the gods, but it'll have to do. Gotta hold her still to spin up the chamber. Kid's worked up quite a thirst by now, so that fountain looks real inviting. Sometimes you just need a drink. A school of squirts tunnels up around them. Must have fled here from the mines. He sets foot inside one of Celandia's famous watering holes. Inside's old Rondi, the bartender. The calamity got him before his drinking did.
Damn.
Then Kid finds his trusty shield. But just as he's getting a handle on it, the security takes him for a petty thief. Clang. Shield saves his hide. Windbags start turning up for last call. More squirts start coming out of the woodwork. A big old fella pops out in front of the kid. Then windbags are playing for keeps.
Damn.
Kid sees the way to the Bastion out the window. It's a bit of a drop. Ronnie always wanted his ashes scattered here. He gets a good look at things on his way down. He lands on top of a breaker's bow, and it ain't broke. Wasn't long before the kid could loose an arrow, strong and true. Kid spies a good perch for some target practice. He knows he should draw the string all the way back.
You know what? I do like this music a little bit more.
The kid pockets a memento from a breaker, once the fastest man in the land. Good news is the emergency defenses still work. Bad news is they're aiming for the kid. Picks up a few pointers from a dusty old tome. He's a mighty fast
Not me to use that.
He finds the distillery, right next to the arsenal. Tough part of town. One sip of the spirits in that distillery, and the kid'll feel like a new man. The arsenal's where the kid can pick the best tools for the job. Some of them squirts birthing like crazy in a couple of corn bins. Ferry barge sends the kid on his way. The Bastion's real close now.
Oh, good. Alright, I'm not done.
And then he falls to his death. I'm just fooling. Takes a chunk of alloy. Smell of barley and spoiled blueberries fills the air. Scumbags. Kid maybe shouldn't have done what he just did. puts him out of his misery. Finds the core to the Wharf District. He steals the city's heart. Might as well. Kid has a feeling he better get a move on. See, that core Kid took was the only thing making this particular rock stay afloat. Kid just keeps running. Skyway's in sight. Whisks him where it needs to go. Did anybody else survive? Sure enough, he finds another. He finds me. We talk for a spell. There's a bit of the Bastion's power in that crest, enough to point the way to the cores. All I tell him is to set that core of his on the monument there, then watch. And just like that, the Bastion comes alive. Starts growing again, growing stronger. Kid's gotta put its power to good use. Now the Bastion can send him even farther into the wild unknown. Kid ponders what to build.
Ugh.
Makes time to sample spirits from my personal supply.
Chance to carry on if defeated, 100% critical chance. No, only active when below. Okay. 33% speed bubble.
Squirt cider will toughen you right up. Too bad about the musty aftertaste. Kid don't know what's out there waiting for him. The Skyway. Now the kid can ride the wind to distant lands.
Okay. Challenges, just like I did on Broforce. And my game crashed. Interesting. Okay, hold on. What the hell? This ain't the same one that I was just playing. Huh.
That's Windbag Ranch. Perfect place to work a blade if you got the stomach for it. The Bastion. Ceylandia's safe haven. Once the highest point in the city. Too bad it wasn't finished before the calamity struck.
Alright, guess I'm playing from this character now.
Kid's been down the path enough times that it's feeling real familiar. But then, somebody gets to the core before the kid. The floor starts giving way under the lightest step. A single panic squirt could bring the whole place down. Fragments of the old world rain from the sky. Stray valuables are lying everywhere. Kid thinks twice about risking his hide for them. Well, the path ain't exactly open to visitors no more. See, the path was intended for leisurely strolling and such. Not so much for noise and tomfoolery. Sky bridges link the path together. One of them bridges whips the kid along. Finds a spyglass, like the ones they'd use to search the stars. The calamity changed everything, even where the wind blows. Well, if we mastered the winds in the old days, we can do it again. But the question is, who else could have taken the core? Well, ain't no survivor stole the thing. Scumbag ate it by mistake. Tough break. Unlike the kid, that core ain't coming back. No, they used to ship live munitions down the path. Find time to find them. Quick and careful is the only way to go. Even gas fellas need some shut-eye from time to time. They get real cranky when we wake up. These wires to toss those things are plenty far away. In all this toil, Kid keeps coming back to an overwhelming question. Who else could have survived the calamity? So we didn't find the core that time, but that ain't about to stop us.
Hand grenade, okay.
We could always see the stars. We just never could reach them, no matter how high we built.
The trappers once tested their hunting rifles. What challenge do I have to do? I swear if it crashes again because of the challenge.
No place better than Trapper Shingle for learning to tread light and shoot straight. Trappers had to tread real careful here, else take a nasty fall. They train themselves by clearing out the targets, while not clearing out the floor. Any good trapper knows never to take a step till the time is right.
Ah, I got it. Okay. Damn it.
Expert trappers got something extra to give them an edge.
$64 targets, okay. Do it again.
To think a rickety place like the Shingle survived, and so little else did. Kid decides to keep working his aim and footwork on the Shingle. Best time to pick a new spot was when swapping magazines.
Damn it.
A decent
Ugh.
trapper wouldn't walk away empty-handed.
What the hell? Yeah, fuck it. Do it again. Fuck. Damn it. What am I doing wrong? Oh, maybe I need to upgrade my repeater. Ammo cap. That would be nice.
Turns out those old bones still have some spark in them. That ought to make those fangs sink in nice and deep.
Let's see if it keeps my repeater with its upgrades. Oh yeah.
Master trappers got what they needed for a better hunt. The trappers would have been impressed with how the kid handled the shingle. What else is there to say? The Hanging Gardens. Folks used to go here to relax from their relaxing.
Okay. Yes, I'm gonna try this place out now.
The dead welcome him with open arms.
Oh, right. This place.
The calamity took everybody after all. Kid sees it plain, frozen faces all around. You don't much care to see him. Not like this. These folks never saw the calamity coming, but someone did. Someone close. It was someone like him. Kid sees him there again, in the flesh. It's a snag or two trying to get to him. He ain't about to stop.
Damn, I did not mean to drink that.
He's got so many questions after all. Just ain't got time for answers. The Thunder brothers didn't make it. They never saw what it was like beyond the walls. Nordy, the bird boy, didn't make it. The Jawsons, they didn't make it. Grady Sr., Grady Jr., they didn't make it. But him, he survived. Kid finds proof enough that man ain't from around here. Just think, without that man, we wouldn't be here right now, would we? The Corps survives as well. And then, what do you say to a man who's seen too much? Kid hasn't a clue. But he says this: we have to go. Please. He's a proper gentleman, that man. His name is Zolf. No hiding he's an Ura. Folks like him ain't never been a common sight in Caelondia. He's relieved to see a living face or two. The kid and I introduce ourselves in kind, both to him and to each other, for the first time. We fought the Ura decades ago, but that was then. Things are different between us now. For Zolf, Caelondia was like a second home. He's real worried about his first home, too, far to the east. We all lost loved ones in the calamity, he says. I don't know how I'm gonna go on without mine. Zolf offers to help me plot the skyways for the kid. At least the calamity hasn't touched the stars, he says. He was born in the Tazzle terminals. The Ura sent him on a mission of peace to our city, and he's lived here ever since. Kid says hello, but Zolf's lost in thought. Remember, that's why this place is coming together. That's why things are gonna be all right. Well, look what we have here.
Ultimate underscore variety of values.
Here, Kid takes fragments of the old world and makes them whole again.
Automatically retaliate when injured. 100 damage when counter blocking with a butthead shield. Bullet shield. Oops. Bastion bourbon. Health tonics fully restore health. Increase the health tonic capacity.
All it takes is some fragments, and the Bastion makes it good as new.
Just to be clear, did I buy that? Yeah, I did. Okay, cool.
We tracked down a couple more cores near the edge of the city. There's Pith Orchard, built in honor of the bull, and folks like Zulf who pray to him. No use praying to the gods these days. No time for it either. Kid says a little prayer anyway. Couldn't hurt, right? Pith Orchard. Place is a dead end in more ways than one. Folks used to make pilgrimage here to pay their respects to Pith, the bull. Well, the gods are long gone now, and the Orchard core is long gone too. The gods don't care about trinkets, but the kid ain't no god. Pith stood for something once. Something real. In time, though, the bull stopped being a symbol and started being decoration. Pith makes a decent scarecrow, at least. Then Pith lights up like a rodeo. Ain't easy punching through his hide. Kid breaks him to bits. Must have been guarding that shrine. So what'll it be? Invoke the gods? Or tell them off?
Foes shall grow quicker to move and strike. What do I get out of it? No XP bonus, no bonus. Okay, not even bother.
Pith. Kid don't need favors from the likes of Pith. Well, if the gods are alive, they must be plenty sore. Popping windbags is hard enough.
Not what I meant to do.
Get the
Whatever.
gods involved. tampered with that shrine. Kid ain't found a core, but at least he found Zolf's precious shrine. Now we can build a shrine of our own, though I got some alternatives in mind. Zolf doesn't touch the thing. Says the god of commotion is no children's toy.
Yeah.
The Ura feared the gods. We turned them into toys, put their faces on our walls.
Damn. That's fucked. Let's try this challenge out and see what happens.
The accused always got a fair shake in Zealandia.
The hell?
Some used to take the bullhead trial. Survive the trial without taking a scratch, you'd walk away a free man. Bullhead trial taught folks 3 things. First, a good defense is a good offense. Second, you gotta always watch your back. Third, ain't no godlike bull up there gonna save you.
Oh fuck. What? Why did it turn me around for that, damn it?
The trial pushed many a man to his limits. The smarter ones knew when to just step aside and let things go. Some folks wound up taking the coward's way out.
Okay, I guess maybe that's not. Huh? I really wish I could tell.
The kid makes it out.
I got third prize. Oh boy. That's it. Just a bunch of. Okay, I think I got it as long as I don't.
Court is back in session for the kid. Old ritual for when folks believed there was this godlike bull watching over him. Had to make do with nothing but a shield.
Well, fucked that up already. One, two, okay. 1, 2. 1, 2. One. Oh. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Got it. Oh, fuck you. God fucking damn it. I was out of counter, but I'm still getting hurt. What the fuck? Ugh. 15 hits or fewer. Whatever. Just a bunch of jams anyways.
Well, the kid always wanted to compete in the bullhead trial. Points just don't get any sharper than that.
Yeah, buddy.
There's only one way to Cinderbrick Fort. The hard way. Sure, the city marshals may be gone, but now the fort's crawling with windbags. Wham! Kid's ready for the windbags this time.
Debatable if I was ready, but yeah.
Normal folks. The windbags ain't so lucky. they've been left to freeze or starve or face the kid.
No, I didn't mean to fucking.
Well, windbags young and old keep fighting.
God damn.
Good thing the windbags don't know kids fresh out of health tonics. At least the marshals left the kid a parting gift. Something the windbags just can't handle. Something that'll punch clean through their greasy hides.
Eh, debatable. Fuck, kinda sucks.
Windbags ain't much different from normal folks. All they want's a warm place to stay and a decent meal. The Calamity drove the windbags topside. A lot of them wound up here in this very fort. Could have been minding the business underground like in the old days. Windbags can't use the marshal supplies, but the kid sure can.
Oops.
As for the windbags, Cinder Brick gave them enough heat and metal to munch on for a while. Well, the fort ain't theirs by right. So many of those sorry things holed up inside that old fort. Kids blasting everything in sight with that newfangled musket. Kids stash of grenades is there for them if things get even worse. Security's plane gone haywire. Windbags gummed up the works. Kid ain't afraid of getting burned.
I kinda am afraid of it get burned, asshole.
They trapped the kid in the middle of the force parade grounds. Then they bring out Glutus and Glandon and all their scumbag uncles. They got something to gain, only their sorry hides to lose. Kid takes down Glutus, or maybe it was Glandon.
Took them both down with one shot, apparently.
The windbags finally get the message. Kid used to dream of getting a marshal's badge, but not like this. And now ain't nothing left for nobody down at Cinderbrick Fort. Kid shows up just as Zulf's telling me about his own journey to the city. Seems the only thing the Calamity saved for Zulf was his smoking pipe. The marshals seem like good men, he says. They treated him with dignity. Zulf brought his antique smoking pipe all the way from the terminals.
Damn.
Even since the Ura surrendered to us, the marshals kept a wary eye on him. Come on, give the little tyke a break.
Hmm?
We ain't much for pleasantries. Anything survives a musket shot ought to be quick work for that blade. Party punch is so zesty, it'll let you carry on through the worst of times. Poor kid collapses after just one drag. The past. Only good thing ever come out of the past is history. Catches up with a kid. Hardly had a moment's rest since all this started. Fair to say he's led a hard life, supposing what he says in his sleep ain't no lie. He never knew his old man, but he had his mama to take care of. Frail thing with pure white hair like his. Having his mama's hair did the kid no favors while he was growing up, but he learned to hold his own out there. School ain't working out, so the kid signs up for a turn on the rippling walls. Make his mama some money. Thanks to folks like the kid, the walls kept Ceylondia safe from whatever's out there. The elements, the Ura, you name it. Once the kid done his time, he hurried on home. Turns out his mama's time was done too. The city had nothing for him. The money he'd been sending home was nowhere to be found either. So what'd the kid do? Why, he went right on back to the walls for another 5 years. In the history of Ceylondia, nobody's ever volunteered for a second shift on the walls. Out there, kid learned to fend for himself. Learn to build. Learn to break. In time, the kid earned good standing with the marshals. They trusted him to scout out farther than anybody. One night, on one of his expeditions, the ground beneath him shuddered, cracked, and split apart.
Fuck!
He saw nothing where the world used to be. The calamity happened just like that. What was I saying? Anyway. All the kid had to work with was his hammer and the clothes on his back. Through twisted streets, he ran with nothing but the city crest and an old stranger's voice to guide him. Finally arrived at Ceylandia's vaunted safe haven. He and no one else.
Oh my god.
But then,
Where's all the health potions? Come on.
Work
Come
from
on.
a man who ain't even asked his name.
Fuck.
Wait, where was I? Sure, I may be the one who dreamt up the walls and the Bastion, but the kid made him real, not me.
One reflection remaining. Thank God. Oh dear.
I'd like to say I'll never forget him, or what he's doing, what he's done. I surely would.
Fuck. Damn. God, I cramped up my hand, fuck.
Zolf's travels ain't much compared to what the kids had to go through for all this.
A shrine, a place for scary sacred idols may bring fortune or ruin. Just place plans for a structure that chronicles past and future efforts.
Behold, the Pantheon.
No bonus, no bonus. Foes shall have vengeance in the throes of defeat.
We talk a little, here and there. That's a scrapyard, where folks got to smash things and call it community service. That's Zolwood Grove, a nice quiet place to show a musket a good time.
Let's try this challenge out, see what I can do.
Ever felt a Zolwood gourd, like picking up broken glass barehanded? At Zolwood Grove, marshals learn to make every shot count. The trick was to pop all those nasty gourds without wasting ammo. Most marshals didn't get far on their first few tries. Had to catch a bunch of those gourds in a single shot. Funny thing about muskets is they work best up close. It took a keen eye, not an itchy trigger finger. Kid takes a little personal time for just him and his favorite musket.
Let's try this again, shall we? Okay. So. Ah, fuck. Come on.
Plenty of gourds to go around, even now. Marshals like to fine-tune their muskets to get better results.
Damn it. Okay, whatever. I'll probably have to come back here later.
Marshals did more than just stand around shooting, of course.
Something coarse is for the musket, okay. Increases range, increases spread. I'm gonna increase the spread.
You want to tune a scrap musket, you start with the barrel.
Maybe I can do it again. Now that I've increased my spread.
The orchard grew over so quick, the marshals made it worth clearing out.
What the fuck? Yeah. Okay. Screw it. I don't really care for the challenge that much. Photo shell will gain resilience to physical harm. Do I get anything out of it? Ugh.
The Langston River flowed free and wild till the calamity drank it all up. Maybe all that water just grew wings and flew off. Riverbanks swarming with windbags. They're so bent on finding the core, they hardly notice the kid. Lucky for him, a certain famous ferry barge is still afloat. Weeping Nellie. She sends some squirts crying home as she leaves port. Maybe Nellie knows the way to the core. Maybe she can slip right past all the clamor on the coast. Or maybe not. The security skiff pulls up portside. Nellie's just another windbag to those guns. Just then, the windbags notice who she's sailing with. They try to cut her off. They try to slow her down. They try to knock her out. Well, Weepin' Nellie tries harder. Try as she might, though, she hits a snag. Kid's gotta help her get untangled. Favors for favors. At least she picked a good spot for a break, 'cause the core's right there.
Oh, hold on. Before I even grab it, I want to go this way. Yeah, arsenal. Yeah, really useful.
hears an unusual sound, like 100 flapping wings. They have their own eyes on the core, but why? Well, Kid ain't got time to think it over just yet. He finds weak Nellie raring to go. Turns out she's got a special surprise for when the waters get rough. She's gonna need a little help with all them peckers. Traffic things think they're king of the roost now. Rest of us only wish we could fly in times like these. Security skiffs keep on coming, starboard side. Don't seem to care what they shoot, as long as they hit something. The windbag's getting even better out here. Kid boards one of them skiffs like some kind of sailor leading privateer. They aim to smash weeping Nellie to splinters.
Oh.
Well, it all proves too much for poor Nellie. She's just got to make one last stop. With her last breath, Nellie gets the kid to solid ground. Solid ground in Pecker country. They want that core real bad. Might be they want it just as bad as a kid.
What the fuck? There we go, fuck.
Kid shoos them off, knowing they'll be back. Know how many times Kid nearly fell off the barge back there? A good couple of times. Now, listen close. You should remember this next part.
Oh boy.
Why go to Prosper Bluff? Used to take an enterprising man or a plain old fool to venture out that far. The city was the most beautiful place in the world. We all knew that. But on the other hand, some folks just yearn to see the things they're told they can't. And that's why you go to Prosper Bluff, ain't it? There, the kid hears something he ain't heard in a long while. How's it go again? Yeah, that's the one.
Hold on, which way's the right way? Fuck. Did I just leave something on accident? No. Guess I still got my gem.
Well, no point explaining what happens next, right? Suffice it to say, kid ain't coming home empty-handed. And besides, it's like the song goes. They'll be here before too long. We darn near celebrated when the kid got back, didn't we? Zolf never thought he'd see a fellow Ura again. We become fast friends. Calamity has that effect on people. But there was more to be done. There was one last core to find. Most of the Ura never got a taste of Caelondia's fine goods, unless they were born and raised in the city like Zia here. Sure, the world's all gone to pieces farther than the eye can see, but leave it to this gal to point out the amazing view. Girl tried to run away from home one time, but the marshals stopped that, didn't they? So many secrets in there and she can't even read it. Her father's own journal. If only I'd known half the secrets of the Calamity were tucked away in that book, I'd have worked to translate it right away. A scientific journal written in Zolf's native tongue. He learned so much from it. Too much.
In fact, leveling up is taking too long.
Kid's surprised when I tell him there's only one core left. I shouldn't have believed it either. The memorial. Here kid can pay respect to the old world and earn it in kind. The valediction. Just another one of my sketches. Nothing more. Words can't express what happened, but they're all I got.
Do I want to buy a scrap musket piece? Yeah, I'll buy one.
Finders keepers. marshals learn to pack those shells full of fire. We track the final core beyond the city to the wilds. That's the edge of the wilds, where Jawson and his boys disappeared.
See if I can get it done with this now. Oh, come on. Ah. Maybe the spread will make it better? Or the range? Oh, what? Fuck.
Best of the best cleared the course in just a few shots. Kid probably could have made himself marshal one day. The wild unknown. Place can eat a man alive. Place is so raw, even the Calamity couldn't cook it. Not all of it. Know what's better than having a slinger pistol in a fight? Having two. Savage things lurking at every turn. Kid's faster than a slinger with those guns. Pecker's got the core, like they're building a Bastion of their own. The welcoming committee scrambles to attention. Didn't expect the kid so soon. They shouldn't have let their guard down. Getting that core was one thing. Getting out's gonna be another. He digs his way out of the clearing, but the wilds won't let him go without a fight. All too easy to lose one's way out in the wilds. Wallflowers survived the Calamity. It toughened them up. Same goes for the kid. Best take it real slow when pincushions are afoot. Kid learns the hard way not to touch those things. Slinger Jawson's old outpost is all that's left of him. A handful of windbag shipments made it out this far. Kid's seen the last of them. Don't ever turn your back on a pincushion.
Let's see, I kind of want to change this to RT and change this to X. Much better. Because I can use my trigger a lot better on my finger.
Wow, gives a wallflower a taste of its own medicine.
Oh, whoops. I gotta get used to the new controls.
Kid's roused up half the wilds by now. Then kid gets the feeling he's being watched. Not by me, by a lunkhead. Lunkheads ain't fond of two-legged animals. Hit him anywhere but the hindquarters and he only make him mad. any signs of the old Johnson camp. By now, kid's got more needles in him than a stab weed. Sees a smooth black stone coughed up by the calamity. He's seeing plenty more. The Wild's already reclaimed this place. He's anxious to get back. After all, he's got the final core. His journey's over, right? Well, no, it ain't. Not by a long shot. Kid knows something's up when we ain't there to give a warm welcome. See, Zolf and I were just wrapping up a heated discussion. Zolf can barely muster the words. The calamity failed, he says, but I will not. And with that, Zolf leaves us here, alone.
Alright.
Zolf cursed the city, cursed the Bastion, cursed me, said he was going home. When Zolf got through reading that journal, he just snapped. Started smashing up the monument till I tried to stop him. Takes a lot of moving pieces to make a dependable sidearm. He's made a right comfortable bed for all those bullets. Zolf banged up the monument pretty bad. But there's a way to put her back together. The shards. We're gonna need all of them to nurse the Bastion back to health. The city brought the shards to the Wilds. Now the kid's gonna bring them back.
Ugh.
You have to think fast to survive the Wilds, and none not faster than the Slingers. They could shoot their pistols with the speed of a machine. They knew just when to start shooting and when to stop. Those pistols could spit out rounds just as quick as you could pull the trigger. Learning to hold your fire could be its own challenge. You can always get faster. The Slingers could plug you full of holes faster than you could say draw. Slingers like to edge each other out using customized pistols. Eventually, it all comes down to reflexes.
God damn it. What is it? 700? Oh. Alright.
Well, even the slingers weren't quick enough to escape the calamity. After Zolf's little episode, Kid sets off in search of shards. First stop, Jawson Bog. You'll get lost in that bog, I told the kid, and I won't be able to guide you back. Well, I let him go. What else could I do? What could any of us do? Zolf put us in a real bind. Hurt the Bastion bad. But the shards can make it better. They're like smaller doses of the core's medicine.
That was easy.
Shame the only
Nope.
place to fill
All
that
right.
prescription is out here in the wilds. This place is intoxicating.
That's why it was so
It's
easy.
gone. Might be gone for good, for all I know. Wherever he is, it's somewhere I've never been. Somewhere I never want to go.
Jesus.
Be there and welcome him with open arms.
Oh, I didn't mean to use that.
Kid pops him good. That a survivor? No, ma'am. It's a lonesome ghost of a gas fella. What do you say to a kid who's seen too much? I'm Zolf of Ligura. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Now the kid sees something stranger still. Did anybody else survive? Sure enough, he finds...
Okay. Oops.
Peggers, lunkheads, wallflowers, pin cushions, vine apples, swamp weeds, ankle gators.
No, fuck.
Bastion can send them even farther into the wild unknown. Kid sets foot inside one of Ceylondia's famous watering holes. The security is just off the street.
True.
Kid succeeds where the calamity failed. Would you look at what he did to poor old Ronde the bartender? Proper story is supposed to start at the beginning. It's so simple with this one. Now here's a kid whose whole world's alright, snoozing there on a rock in the sky. He wakes up. I'm just fooling. He sees what's left of the rippling walls. Years of work undone in an instant. He sees what's left of Piff, the bull. The gods, they're all undone. He sees what's left of his lifelong friend. His friend, he's come undone too. He sees what's left undone.
I'm supposed to take wood. Oh.
Thought we'd lost him, but he finally comes to. The shard ain't lost either. Not anymore. Now to find a ticket out of this hole. Stay out in the wilds long enough, it messes with your head. Best not to stick around too long in a place like this. Bootlickers dig their nasty thorns into his heels. Ever heard of a lung blossom? It's bigger than the stories say. The breath on that thing, like a scumbag sprung a leak. Say one whiff of lung blossom can make you lose your mind. mind. Well, a kid prunes it down to size somehow. Mother only knows what happened in the bog. Kid never much cared to speak of it. A shard is like a poor man's core, but beggars can't be choosers. That's it. A few more shards like that, and we'll be back in business. A single shard can breathe new life into this place. The shard's got enough juice to spruce up any of these places. Ain't saying much, but that's the greatest forge in all the city.
What did I say? Yeah.
The Gravers, the arm of justice, they seemed unstoppable.
A single swift, devastating shot aimed straight for the foe's most vulnerable parts. The practice of dueling it soon ceased after the singers unveiled this trick.
It wasn't fixed, it was unbroken. If you're feeling low, count on the buttery flavor of our own Bastion bourbon. The city tried to use the shards to stake out the wilds. So much for that plan. Rothus Lagoon. Even the brushers stopped going there. Didn't like being eaten.
The ankle gator? Oh boy.
Ankle gators used to roam the wilds, and they nested at Rothus Lagoon. Many a tale folks used to scare their children straight originated here. All kinds of beasts what don't know up from down, still lurking about. These beasts, they don't like company. Even the brushers learned to fear this place. They used to think that ankle gators were extinct. Well,
Oh
They
boy.
ain't. One of them's been living in the tall grass. Turns out Queen Anne got a hold of a shard. Ankle gators love shiny things. Know what smells worse than an ankle gator's breath? The stinkweed. Can't fight Queen Anne without the proper tools. The brushers use their pikes to keep their distance around here. Now the kid can do the same. Bad idea to walk in gator grass. Sharp sticks make Queen Anne nervous, so she backs off a bit. Kid's got a mean throwing arm. Those pin cushions have been living off the ankle gator scraps. Queen Anne can't fit down some of these narrow paths.
Is there something to the left over here? Oh well. Can't find out now.
Queenie leads the kid into some kind of twisted trap. One bad step in that tall grass and he's Queen Anne's lunch. He holds his ground. Seems the Queen's running out of options. Still no sign of the shard.
Yeah, I don't like the brusher's pike. I'm gonna stick with my war machine or machete.
Well, the brusher's way ain't really his style. The closer you get to an ankle gator's lair, the thicker the tall grass grows. Kid's gotta make a run for it. Those leaping lunkheads don't like Queen Anne any better than the kid.
I'll have to change that, damn it.
Queenie must have scared a bunch of peckers out of hiding.
Oh.
Can't get hasty in a place like this. Ankle gators don't much care for their young. That's why there ain't many around. Wanna know how to find an ankle gator lair? You use a kid as bait. The shard's sitting in plain view. Now she's coming for him. She's got nowhere else to go. They say if you run across an ankle gator, you better keep running. She's starting to get annoyed.
Why is it like anime eyes on it? Like it's hit.
He's got it, and now to finish her off. made her mad.
But she already was mad. Okay, fine.
Rest in peace, Queen Anne. That was for the brushers.
Could I have just left at any time during that?
Doing what needed to be done. Queen Anne's reign is over. We even got a crown jewel. That Gator's a crazy gal, but so is the gal who promised to look after her. They said Queen Anne was just a folktale. Now there's living proof she ain't. Want to stay alive in the wilds? Pack a pair of pistols and a good blade. All that trouble for a single shard. But you know what? It was worth it.
The true distillers grants access to potent spirits from the private reserve. I don't know if it's worth it at that point, though. The true lost and found grants access to additional inventory, including new spirits. Okay. Not very. What's the point of doing this? True arsenal grants access to the Trapper Snare, a powerful secret skill. Trapper Snare.
The arsenal's complete, in case we need protection.
The Trapper Snare is a sophisticated snaring kit that instantly springs open to immobilize foes in the user's vicinity. Trappers relied on this for hunts that didn't go as planned, so just slam and run, from what I can tell. I like my grenade better, though. Kind of a waste of an upgrade. You know what? I'll try it out. Why not?
Keep your chin up, kid, I tell him. The next shard should be farther out there in the wilds. Point Lemaine's Grand Rail once brought the riches of the wild right to our doorstep.
Yeah.
Know how Caelondia became the richest city in the world? 2 words. Point Lemaine. If the wilds could ever be tamed, it's gonna happen right here. But now, the greatest outpost past the city line is nothing but a freak show. The Army's triggers once had the place on lockdown. Kid might as well pick up where they left off. Blam! Just like my fighting days. Gun like that can even put the wilds in check.
I prefer the dual pistols still.
Point Lemaine seen better days for sure, but it ain't done. Whole place shudders in a fit. The grand rail of Point Lemaine, not only is it still there, it still works. Of course, it's no longer shipping hides and alloys and spices, but it can give the kid a lift. Just as long as he can stay clear of the trouble on the tracks. Grand rails all grown over with things of calamity chewed up and spat out. Things eager to take back their turf. Kid don't let so much as one of those things slip by. Lunkheads settled in like they owned the place. Takes fancy footwork on the rail, what with wallflowers, coughing fungus everywhere. The place used to be closed off, but now it's split open like a rotten pineapple. Of course, the grand rails see much more fighting in bygone times. Near on 50 years ago, first shots fired in the Ura-Ceylonian War.
Hey, something sharp. I can upgrade my katana again. Oh, did not mean to do that.
It was right here that Zolf's Ura forefathers decided to mix it up. Okay, so maybe we didn't get their sign-off on the whole Grand Rail thing. That was bad. The rail must have shook the Ura to the bone down in the dens of theirs.
Ah.
Well, the rail won't last much longer now that the kid took the shard. It's still got one good run in store for me. All the rotten wood there on the rails turned it into swamp weed central. Ever tried dancing side to side while holding your breath? While choking on swamp weed? While peckers trying to prick you in the eye? Well, let me tell you, it ain't fun. At last, it's the end of the line. You'll be picking swamp weed out of those boots for days. Turns out he's got company up at the rail station, waiting for him. Not just another wallflower or pincushion, mind you. At first, he thinks it's Zolf. Turns out he's wrong. This is for you, says the man. Then wham. When the kid comes to, the man's long gone, but something else is there. The only words Kid recognizes on that parchment are for Zia. Well, what's a kid to do? He took the shard, he took the hit, and he took that note.
Got punched in the face just to give a love note to Zia.
That note cuts straight to the heart of things, don't it?
Hold on, before I even give it to you, Zia.
Zolf's messenger was one of his people. Wonder just how many of them survived, and what exactly Zolf told him.
I don't really use a trap or snare all that much, but
Finding gourmet ingredients ain't easy these days, but we'll take what we can get. The note says it plain. Zia, go east to learn the truth about the calamity and our people. I'll be waiting. Sincerely, Zolf. Kid arrives just in time to sample Zia's famous cooking. He wolfs down too much too fast, and it all goes to his head.
great.
I've said a lot about the kid, but he ain't the only one wrapped up in all this. What's he thinking? Let me see if I got this straight. I only heard it once. Once there was a normal Ura girl, but she wasn't born in the Tassel terminals like the rest of her people. She was from Ceylondia.
That's not what I meant to use, damn it.
Her folks were orphaned in the war, taken in and raised inside the city, on condition they would never return to the terminals. Ura refugees who came into the city had to stay for life. It was a way to reduce the risk of city secrets leaking out. Mama passed away from birthing complications, leaving the girl trapped inside that city with no one but her father. Father was sharper than a brusher's pike, so he got a job working for the city's mancers. His daughter barely saw him. Her father told her nothing of her Ura heritage. He told her nothing of the Mancers. It's for your own good, he said. She took to studying the arts. Learn more through music than history books. Gain a knack for strings and songs. At first, she tried to be like other girls, but her classmates spread word that her father was an Ura trader, selling out the city. One young man stood up for her, or so he led her to believe. He knew much of her heritage, and she grew fond of him.
Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
consider taking him to her family den to meet her father. Spoke of how he wanted to meet a man from the terminals. The young man greeted her father in the Ura's native language. Her father flew into a fit of rage and threw them out. The young man never told her that the Ura's native language is not to be used by foreigners. To do so is a terrible insult.
Oh, fuck.
It was then that she decided to escape. The two of them could flee the city together and go to the Tazzle terminals.
Oh god. Still a whole lot more challenges to go. Okay.
They would hide inside a garbage bin until it got ingested by a scumbag, then let him slosh on out of the city for disposal.
Dig my hole, you build a wall. I dig my hole, you build a wall. One day that wall is gonna fall. Gonna build that city on a hill.
Her plan almost succeeded, but the authorities were already there when that scumbag sidled up to the city walls. The young man had sent the authorities a tip. Told him her father was using her to sell secrets to the Tazzle terminals.
To the sky. Gonna build that wall up to the sky. Someday you're...
She and her father were arrested for treason, but her father got a deal. Return to work for the Mansers, and she'd go free.
Until it's done. Gonna build that wall until it's done. But now you've got nowhere to run.
Before they parted ways for the last time, her father whispered a desperate plea. Hurry home to the den and lock yourself in.
We'll be there before too long.
Of course.
she was told, and deep down underground inside that den, she found a journal written in her father's hand.
That wall is gonna fall.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Build that city on a hill. Come build that city on a hill.
The next day, the door to the den turned to ash. The girl came up for air, and she saw the calamity all around her.
Ugh.
When the kid wakes up, his world's still in pieces, just the way he left it. He ain't all that shy. It ain't too late to unlock the potential of this place. Just the occasion to crack open the distillery's private reserve.
Reduce damage from falling, 200% damage by falling on foes. 2 black tonic capacity. Survive an attack that would have brought defeat. Yeah, why not?
Live wine so rich, they say it's brought men back from the brink for one last taste.
Something sharp. Throw a bunch of blades, maybe?
A solid frame can put an extra sting in every slice.
Oh man, I kind of want to. Is there a base crit chance with this weapon? Yeah, I'll just stick with. As for you, pistols, bolts ricochet on contact, 1 target penetration per shot.
That ought to give those dueling pistols a little extra kick. The shards are getting harder to find.
Yeah, they are.
Not everything blew up in the calamity. Why, Colford Cauldron here blew up way ahead of its time. The cauldron boiled over some 300 years ago. They say it filled the skies with ash and the lakes with molten rock. If you wanted to survive something like that, you had to learn to adapt.
What the?
So in a way, the beasts of the wilds, they're all survivors too.
Ah, fuck.
It takes a certain stubborn pride to keep on living in a place like this. As for us, we learned an awful lot from Colford Cauldron. The raw power of the world fell right into our hands. Playing with the cauldron's fires became an addiction. Sure, we dusted off a good many secrets out here. But we discovered other things we're better off not knowing. Taste the air so hot it sticks to your lungs. The unforgiving scent of sulfurous dirt. All sorts of awful things crawling underfoot. You can cook those things, but you can't eat them. Never thought we'd find so much life in all that ash. The more ash we swept aside, the more life we found. We kept on sifting through the cauldron's secrets anyway.
I might need these fire bellows to get through the rest of the level, huh?
Place as inhospitable as they come. But still we pressed on. After all, when we looked down inside Colford Cauldron, look down through all the smoke and flames. We saw in there the heart of the world, the heart now laid bare by the calamity. We had to have it. As for the kid, he just has to get that shard out of there. Too bad taking that thing woke up every last stink eye from here to Jawson Bog. Sure, it ain't the most convenient path.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
biggest stink eye he's ever seen's waiting for him on the other side. Well, it ain't polite to stare. But where there's one stink eye, there's always more.
Okay, I don't think I can go there.
The cauldron's tenants all gather up to bid the kid a fond
Oh, hi,
farewell.
Stubby.
Kid don't shed any tears for him, though.
How you doing?
With a good spyglass, you can still see the cauldron from the city.
Just good? Lame. I'm just kidding.
But all the fires died out. There's nothing left of it.
Oh, fuck. Garbage.
It comes back
Feel like I'm not
looking like the inside
getting
of a
anywhere.
chimney. We're all a little short on friends these days, so that's a welcome sight.
Yeah. My boss, like, is totally, like, interested in it, so. Props to him, I guess.
They said the wild could never be tamed. If only they could see us now. The shard works like a charm. You can hear the monument's heartbeat again.
2 places left to upgrade, and I'm not gonna upgrade the freaking shrine.
We need an awful big lost and found under the circumstances.
Something pointy. Fill me in. I mean, appreciate any help I can get. Discord.
The culture. A still life of old unwanted keepsakes.
Yeah, just give me a second. How much longer do I have in this game? I don't remember it being this long. What Discord am I looking for? Alright, let's go there then. It's not mine, but yeah. I'm on it, aren't I? Yeah, what the fuck? It says you're in there, but I don't see any of the fucking voice chats. There it is. Fuck. Hello.
Well, it's not yours, but it's one you're on frequently.
You're very right.
This is like the Discord that I can find you on more consistently than I don't know if you have a main Discord.
I just made one for the stream.
Nice. I mean, that's good.
I need to promote it onto the normal screen, but it's on my like waiting and stuff like that. So
Right. I mean, yeah. I mean, this whole system is just impossibly difficult to do in general.